say this to you, love. For you who are on this walk, on this journey with God, on this perfecting walk with God, how to know you are saved, how to know you are God's, is that you go to Him in your times of need. You go to Him in your times of joy. You go to Him and thank Him for your times of peace, for your elevation. You thank Him. You're in a state of gratitude. But don't think just because you are fighting against sin, fighting against emotions, fighting against negativity, don't think for a second, don't let the enemy trick you for a second that you don't still belong to God, that God has not received you. That's what He wants you to think. Because if you are not received by God, I'm talking to those who are on the journey, who are on the walk, who are surrendered and submitted to Christ, who have God in their heart, who is a child of Abba. I'm speaking to you, because if you were not surrendered, if you were not submitted, you would make peace with sin. You would make comfort in sin. You would dwell in it. You would allow it. But because you fight against it, you stand against it with the word of God, with what God has planted in you, with the vision God has given you for your future, with the instructions and the healing and process that God has already completed and still working with you on. You're in the know of it. You're in the know of these things. So you are still in the journey. You are still on the walk. Do not allow the enemy to think that God is not on your side, that you are not with God. If you are steadily going back to Him, if you are steadily going to Him for instructions, steadily going to Him and make sure you're in alignment, steadily walking with Him, don't let the deception creep in. Don't let the deception creep in. Because that's all the enemy wants to do, is get a foothold and to plant that seed of doubt so that you can go into a state of paranoia, so that you can go into a state of unworthiness, so that you can go into a state of, oh, am I really saved? Am I really God's? Am I really walking in the right? Or was it all a lie? That's what he wants you to think. But the devil is a lie. The devil is a lie. What God says, God says. And He means it. His word doesn't return to Him void. He formed you. He formed you in your mother's womb. He formed your destiny and your purpose before you were in your mother's womb. He had a plan and a purpose for you beforehand, before your physical form was created, before you even thought the first thought. He knows. He knows. Now it's time for you to know and to stand firm on the promises of God, to stand firm on what He has already spoken to you and spoken into you about you, and walk in that. And don't let the enemy sway you, love. Don't let him sway you. Don't let him sway you. What God says goes. What does God say? Stand on that.